Hi there everybody, it's UK independent demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.com. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm using an old set but a very good one, and it's this Bloom and Grow photopolymer stamp set from Stampin' Up. I love this set and it does have coordinating dies. Both are available to purchase from my website slimandstylish.com. If you just go up to the header and click buy, it will take you to my store. And the card we're making today is this one here, which I quite like. I think it's quite poppy, very colourful, so I think it catches your eye. This is using the coordinating dies to cut this out, so I'm going to show you how to put this together. Okay, so to start off with, I'm just going to grab a piece of Whisper White cardstock, and I have the set already on a block ready to go, and I'm using my Memento because I will be using my blends. When the set is this big and it's on a big block, I like to take the Memento to the stamp rather than the other way around. So I'm just going to ink that up and stamp it down. It doesn't matter where on the paper you put it. I mean, I changed the paper so I could get the most on there because I'm going to be fussy cutting this out, so it's not going to make any difference. But sorry, not fussy cutting it, die cutting it. Okay, so the colours that I have used, oh, I've just knocked you, I'm sorry. I popped my blends above my desk now on the shelf, which is exactly where, believe it or not, the clamp for the video is. That probably isn't the best of thoughts, might need rethinking. But I'm a bit strapped for space, so to me it just made sense at the time. So the blends I'm using are Melon Mambo, Just Jade and Daffodil Delight. Okay, I'm going to start off with a Just Jade Dark, and I'm going to go around all of the leaves, and the inside bits I'm just going to use the dark for to highlight. Yeah, I keep having rearrangements of my room at the moment because I'm still working from home, and this desk I use during the week for a work desk and have my laptop and my extra monitor screen on here and my printer. I have to pack all my card and craft stuff away. So when I get it back out again at the weekend, I seem to have a different layout each weekend, and I haven't really worked out one that I'm quite happy with yet. It needs to be easy enough to put back away again on the Monday morning, but I like to just, when I'm crafting, I like to have everything within arm's reach. That way, not only can I get it out quick, I can put it back. Otherwise, when I finish a crafting day, I have everything everywhere. So I need to be able to put it back straight away, because otherwise I'm a messy crafter and I like to look organised. Okay. So once you've done that with the Just Jade, I'm then going to play with the Daffodil Delight Dark, and I'm going to use the bullet tip, and I'm not getting all of it, I'm just getting every sort of other petal or so. So none of them are really sort of touching together, although those two are, because I said it and it was obvious that was then going to happen. But I'm just doing a few on that one and a few on this one. So yes, I'm using the weekends now to get well ahead on my filming, because I've got a feeling when we're back working in the office again and can go out again, my weekends are going to get back snapped up again. So I thought if I get ahead on my filming schedule, then that's probably best for me. And then I'm just going to use the light and go over the top of both with the brush tip. But like I said, I'm still working out the layout of how I want things, and that's why you had a little bit of seasickness with me getting to my Stampin' blends. Okay, so my dark and light Melon Mambo, and what I'm doing is I'm just going to, with the dark, there's a few leaves that have kind of, they look like they've turned over, they're letting you see the underside of the leaf. Those are the ones I'm going to be colouring with the dark. each of those ones, and then I'm just going to run through the centre of the flower like that. And that's all for the dark. Oh, sorry, there's another one there, I missed it. Okay, and I'm just going to grab the light one now, and I'm not blending in massively because I do want to see the difference in shades. If I didn't, I would do a massive big blend in so that you could, you could see the shade difference, but not massively. With this, I do want it to stick out, that it's darker underneath than it is on top. So that's how I've done it. Okay. Once I've done that, oh no, I forgot the little berries. Do you know what? I think I forgot the little berries when I did this one. Easy one to forget. So I'm just doing that with a light Melon Mambo. And once I've done that, I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine with the dies. But because I can't fit my big shot onto the table to use, I have already done a separate one for us. Okay. We also now have the new Stampin' Cut emboss and die cutting machine. So if you haven't got a die cutting machine, do go and have a look at that on my website. It looks amazing. So a piece of scrap Whisper white cardstock now. In fact, I'm going to bring in the same one I was just using, and I'm going to punch out the 2 1/4 inch punch with a circle just there. And I have my stamp all ready to go, and it's thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I quite like that sentiment. And I have got my Melon Mambo ink pad ready. Now when I stamp this down, I'm actually going to be stamping it towards the top of the circle, so just sort of there where it fits on, but it's more towards the top than the bottom. So you've got a bit of a bigger gap down here, and that's just because I'm going to be popping my cutout on there like that. I'm just looking at the way I want that done. I think I want it that way like it was before. Okay, and what I'm going to do is once I've got it lined up exactly where I want it, sort of there, I'm going to turn it over and grab my dimensionals. And I'm just going to pop a couple down, 1, 2, so it keeps the bottom stuck to the top, and then 1 at the top as well. So that's then my topper ready for my card. So for my card, I have a sheet of Whisper white cardstock that is 9.5 centimetres by 13.85 centimetres, and a piece of Melon Mambo cardstock that is 10 centimetres by 14.25 centimetres, and I'm going to pop that onto there using some liquid glue. I've just noticed actually when I knocked my camera, I'm just going to pop that back. I've kind of took you off the desk a little bit and I hadn't noticed. You could see more of my leg, I think, than you could of the card. Sorry. Okay. I'm just going to straighten that up a little bit because it's not very straight on there. There we are. And then that is going to go onto the card like that. Now I've got this gold twine, which is beautiful. It's a jewel pack from the mini catalogue for Christmas, and it comes with a big thick shaded spruce ribbon, so you can get them both. And I quite like this. I like the fact it's quite thick as well. It works nice for me. So what I want to do is I'm going to grab my glue dot. So I'm going to pop a glue dot onto my a bit of twine, pull that off, And I'm just going to look, where do I want that? About sort of midway. So I'm just going to flip my card upside down and stick that on like that. And I know I said midway, I haven't paid attention to my midwayness at all. So I'm just going to move it. Still not very midway, but I can cope with that. And I'm just going to whip another one off there, put that down. Okay, before I do anything further, I'm actually going to adhere this to the base now. So I've got my piece of thick Whisper white cardstock, which is cut in half and scored in half, and I'm just going to take that and fold it. Okay. And then I'm going to stick this on. The reason why is because these glue dots are a bit sticky, I don't want it to go back and stick to my grid paper. I want it to stick straight to the card. So I'm going to just stick that again with the multi-purpose liquid glue. Okay, and then I'm going to take the backings off the dimensionals and attach my topper. Like that. I'm then going to grab the twine and make myself a little bow. This ties really nicely because it's quite a textured twine. Once you've got your bow, it is tight. Oh, despite the fact me doing that. So I know sometimes with twines, if they're silky, once you've got your bow, it never seems to want to stay in place. You don't have to worry about that with this one. Once you've got it to the place you want it, just give it a tug and it is tight, and the ends also sit where you want them to sit. So I do quite like this one. I realise I've done my bow a little bit bigger on this one, so I'm just going to play with it again. There we go. And my glue dots. Let's just stick that on there like that, and like I said, you can just move that round. And then just to finally finish the card off nicely, I'll move that a little bit. The perks of multi-purpose liquid glue is that if you put it on in the wrong place, it's really easy to maneuver into a different place. But at the same time, if you put it in the right place and then you're fiddling with it and it moves itself, it can also be a little bit of a pain. So I have my enamel dots, which are the in colour enamels. So Magenta Madness is very much like Melon Mambo, it's just a bit brighter. So I'm going to use the Magenta Madness dots, and I'm also going to use the Just Jade ones, and I'm going to dot those on the card. I do like to add just a little bit of colour to finish it, so that's what I'm doing. Oh hells, I took two off there and I only want one. I'm coming back and sticking you back down again. There we go. And one of the Magenta Madness ones. It is better to use the palette knife for the these, because if you use the pointy tool and you go too quick, you will just pull the top off and it will leave the bottom. But at the same time, the pointy tip is a lot easier to use. So personal preference. And for this, I've got my Snowflake Sequins. This is also from the mini catalogue, so I've gone a little bit Christmassy with my twine and my sequins. I'm just going to pop one there. This is my fine tip glue pen. And I'm using my Take a Pick tool, which is just amazing when you are using sequins. So there's these circular silvery type sequins that are in here. That's the one I want. And I'm going to grab with my Take a Pick tool. Each one, it will stick in the putty until I drop it in the glue. As simple as that. Makes it so much easier. And that is my card. What do you think? Everything is available from slimandstylish.com for you to purchase. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all again soon. Do give me a little thumbs up if you like the video. Thanks everybody, see you soon. Bye.